Okay, looking at Lido here. I have no idea how to even pronounce that or what this coin is, but it is on Coinbase now. So and did come across it, so let's break it down for you guys. So currently it is below this daily moving average, but it's pretty new, so there's not really much data on it. So this moving average is a little iffy, but I mean price is below it, so it is technically bearish, and you can see bearish structure. You got lower lows, no higher highs or anything. So first area that jumps out for me is right here, whereas price is currently respecting. So right around this 160 level, I'll actually mark it in here because it is significant. 1.6, 1.6. So far price is being held here. So if we look at a larger time frame, you can see was once upon a time very bullish, shot up massively, and has yet to come back up. So actually has closed below this 618 multiple times, so without making any significant highs. Actually made a lower high here, so here versus here. So I think the retracement is shot, to be honest. I don't think it is retracing anymore. I think it is just strictly bearish, and so I would be looking for price to break this 160 zone. I mean, it did reject pretty heavily recently, but I mean, after this huge rejection, there's no blind momentum. Price basically just came up a tiny bit, and then another bearish engulfing candle, and now today is a pullback candle, but it's very small and it's still staying in the zone. So I'd be looking to short this probably all the way down to kind of here where it was once upon a time, probably 1.3. You can see price hit this area, pulled back all the way, and then pulled up, rejected a couple times more, and then finally broke, and then created support. So this is kind of your next area that has any sort of support, right, for this coin. So if price breaks this area, which I do think it will, there's a lot of buying pressure, there's a lot of selling pressure on it. Here, and this one actually created lower than all of these wicks, and price touched all the way down to 140 here. It did reject and pull back, but I mean it touched 140. So this wick is far lower than all these ones. So I do think there's definite shorting potential here. So I mean, you could probably even short this now, just based on the fact that price came out of this zone and then pulled back into it, and you got this bearish engulfing candle here. I'd probably just keep my stops above here, and then I mean, if price breaks 160 and holds on even a 4-hour time frame, you can see price came down to this 160 level before this huge bearish engulfing candle and pulled up since, but now it's still in this zone. So I think you'd probably be good to short this now, to be honest. Keep your price above all these wicks. You can see this nice 4-hour structure here. So price held above it, finally broke with this candle here, and then came back up, retested, and you just got nothing but wicks in this area, right around like 168 kind of thing. So if you keep your stop above this zone, keep your stop at about 170, I mean, I think you're good to go to honestly short this. And then you're just banking on the fact that it's going to break this area and keep going down. So you probably get a 4 to 5 risk to reward. I do think it's going to break the zone. I think there's no reason for it not to, just in the sense of there's no buying pressure on this. I mean, there's no momentum. It's making lower lows. It's not making any higher highs at all. So you can see just massive, bear structure, right? Just textbook bear structure. Big bearish engulfing candle, closed way lower. There was a previous liquidity zone here, and this candle just completely smoked it. So I do think that this is a good short. This Lido I don't even know, LDO USD coin here. So, but this is on Coinbase. So, I mean, I think you could short it. And I would say it's probably good to go now. So get a 4 to 5 risk to reward and just short this, and then odds are there's nothing in between these zones between 160 and 130 here. So I'll actually mark this out. So because there's nothing in between these, odds are if price breaks 160, which I do think it will do, it'll go right to 130. So there's nothing really stopping it. So you can see this wick already tested all these prices here. So if anything, price is gonna go. So price, whenever there's massive wicks, and you can see it even like here, you know, anytime there's a massive wick, price will usually, people consider this huge rejection, and it is at the time, but price still touched, like its price still came down this much, and then what happens is some following candles later, usually price fills that entire candle, which you can see, you know, based on these candles, it did fill this entire wick. Same thing here. So what's most likely to happen regardless is price is going to try to fill this wick. It already came down, touched all these prices, came back up, and now price is going to be like, okay, we have to touch all these prices again just to see. And then yeah, I think it'll go to 130. So I think that's where the next support is. So I think that's where it's headed. We got bearish momentum all the way through. You got bearish engulfing candle here recently. So I think you're going to go to short this, guys. So that is LDO, Lido Deo. Yeah, and I'll keep you posted on this. Just leave a comment if you want. If you're interested in this, I'll leave a comment and I'll keep you updated on it.